So, I am going to do a knowledge video on some of the products that we have here in our home. And my husband is going to talk to us about some of the things that we have going on here. Want to stand up?
Hi YouTubers, and welcome to our video. And what I want to explain and tell everybody, this is our flat screen TV. It's probably the strongest LCD on the market right now. You can look it up. It's called the Sony Z9. And this TV is very bright. This is probably the brightest TV that's on the market. One of the brightest TVs that's on the market. I think the brighter TV is its bigger brother. It has a 75-inch version, and also has a 100-inch version. But this TV here, as far as the same model number, besides inches, is probably the brightest on the market. This TV gets up to 1600 nits. So nits is basically the brightness of the TV. The predecessor to this TV, which is the 75-inch, gets up to about 800 nit. About to 1800 nits, and the 100-inch TV to this gets up to about 2100 nits.
So, how much is this 65-inch Z series?
So this Sony Z series, when I purchased this TV, well, I should say we purchased this TV. This TV was about $5,500.
So just the TV.
Just for the TV. Just for the TV was about $5,500. And this TV in electronic years is about 3 years old. We purchased this TV in springtime. It's since have come down, but this is still Sony's flagship TV because it's one of the strongest LCD TVs that's on the market. It has individual zones, which basically controls the nits and the brightness of the TV. So it has individual zones. This TV is amazing. The picture quality is amazing.
It's 4K, right?
This is definitely a 4K LCD. It's a 4K LCD TV. And the picture's just amazing. But also, what we have here that goes with that we purchased with this strong LCD, it's a very high-end 4K Blu-ray player. So it's a 4K Ultra 4K DVD player. And this DVD player is called the Oppo 203. So this is not the typical standard 4K player. This is a very high-end 4K Blu-ray player. So you cannot go into Target or Walmart. You only can purchase this 4K Blu-ray player, which is at a Best Buy that's a Design Center Magnolia store. So typically you might see a Best Buy with a Magnolia store. Well, they have certain stores that's considered a Design Magnolia store. So this particular Oppo, you can only go to a Design Magnolia store to get this Blu-ray player. This Blu-ray player retails at about $550. This is a very high-end. This is a very high-end Blu-ray player. So
$550 for the Oppo Blu-ray
203. So the predecessor to this Blu-ray player, which is the Oppo 205, which is basically the same Blu-ray player with a little bit more bells and whistles as far as audio. I'm not really much of an audio guy. I'm more of a video guy. So, it makes sense for us to get a very high-end flagship. I'm a Sony guy also. Sony's flagship TV, also with a very high-end Blu-ray player. So also connected, which you cannot see, which I had the packaging, which I do have the package, is the Vodka cord. Excuse me. I don't believe I have this packaging here, but I think the packaging is downstairs. But I have a high-end HDMI cord, which is made by Audio Quest. This is called the Vodka cord.
And what does that do?
So let me explain. So basically, I believe you have a Mercedes-Benz TV and you have a Mercedes-Benz Blu-ray player, 4K Blu-ray player. So it's only right that you you transfer the signal, basically using in layman's terms, you have a Mercedes-Benz, you want to put premium gas in it. So HDMI is basically the gas that fuels the equipment that you have. So when you're transmitting signal from Blu-ray player to the TV, it's very important that you want to really invest on a very high-end HDMI cable, because you'll see the efficiency of what you're paying for. A lot of times when you go into a Best Buy or Target, they generally have a very high-end HDMI cable connected to these TVs. So when
Target has a
Target or any of probably not on the level of Best Buy, but nevertheless, they carry HDMI cables. Probably not very high-end, such as a Best Buy, but they do carry some high-end HDMI cables. But when you walk into any store, they have very high-end cables connected behind that TV, which you probably won't know. And the reason why they do that, because they want to give you the full maximum picture quality to bring you to buy the TV. So what happened is that when you look at the TV, you're looking at it like it's amazing and you want to buy it. But typically when you get it home, because if you don't make that investment on the same high-end cord that they have it connected into the store, it doesn't generally look like how it looked in the store. Fortunately, this TV, even with a cheap cable, this TV is very, very good and efficient. You can still get a good quality picture out of it. You won't necessarily get the maximum quality out of it with a cheaper HDMI cord, but you can get a decent quality. It won't necessarily look like how it will look in a store, but this TV is so good and it's so high end that it will still give you typically a better picture than a normal LCD TV. But nevertheless, it's very important if you invest the kind of money into a high-end TV and a high-end Blu-ray player, you want to typically invest in a high-end HDMI cable. This HDMI cable retails about $350, which is probably high. But this HDMI cable is very, very efficient. It can transmit a very high signal. Another thing I wanted to mention, that this Oppo 203, which is built with a lot of high-end components. So when you're transmitting signals, you want to be able to have the cord to be able to push that frequency out to the TV. So it's very important. So HDMI cables, a lot of people might not necessarily value that too much, but I do, because it's almost like you're making an investment in a Mercedes-Benz and you're putting 87 gas in it. You're not going to get the same performance.
Gotcha.
So it's always important to really do your homework, invest, and have a little extra couple of dollars once you go into the high-end line of different manufacturer high-end components. Another thing that we have which is the Bose Sound Touch 300. Now, I'm gonna just say this: I'm not a sound guy. I'm more of a video guy, but I must say this sound bar, the Sound Touch, is amazing. I'm biased because I really love Bose product. I remember buying my first Bose 321 series, which is in my man cave, and I purchased that about maybe 13 years ago, and I'm gonna just tell you folks, that unit still gives you a very rich quality sound.
Wow.
That system is about 13 years old. So it was a no-brainer once I was looking to upgrade and also construct our family room in our new home. And I didn't look no further than Bose. This Sound Touch, which is the sound bar, is simply amazing. So this Sound Touch retails by itself about $700, which is very pricey, but I'm gonna just tell you folks, sounds very good.
So that's just the bar by itself. It has nothing to do with the speakers.
Right, I'm getting to that. So let me finish telling you about the bar. So the bar is amazing. Has individual zones. I just can't say enough about Bose. Bose is a very, very good and efficient. Bose is very expensive. They have their cheap line, a mid-range, and a high line.
Yeah.
This is probably between high and mid-range as far as pricing, but it sounds amazing. But also with the 321, with the 300, it comes with two separate components. It comes with the Acoustamaster, which is the wireless subwoofer, and it also comes with two wireless surround sound speakers. So I'm gonna take you over here, and I want to give you a little insight. So it comes with, this is the Acoustamaster, which is the Blu-ray. Not Blu-ray. This is the subwoofer. and this knocks. If you're into movies, me and my wife, we love movies. We are movie people. We sit on this couch. This is like a theater, basically our family room / theater room. We love movies. We watch all types of movies. And I'm gonna just simply tell you, this sounds absolutely amazing. This is Bose's first wireless subwoofer. So this subwoofer, you can hide it. You can put it behind a couch.
And
I have
it's
it in
glass, right?
Yeah,
That's
so
actually
I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. So it has a glass top. It's very decorative. It's nice. But it just sounds amazing. This retails by itself about $700 as well. So basically for 2 pieces, you're spending about $1,400. But it just sounds amazing. And it's wireless. And this is Bose's first complete wireless system. Typically, Bose never do wireless. They always do wired system. So if you ever go in a Bose store and you talk to a representative and you say, well, I'm looking to get something that's wireless, I don't want to have the hassle of running wire, drilling holes, they're going to put you in this direction, which is good. But also, they have, which is the surround sound speakers, which is, these retail about $300. You get 2 in a pair. So basically, it's just an added touch. It's just a little bit of icing on the cake. These are not very loud, but they basically complete your 5.1 surround sound. These are called the I think these are called the 300. They're I forget, don't misquote me, but I can't give you the exact model number of these. But these basically are the surround sound speakers that are adjacent to the sound bar, which is the SoundTouch 300 system. And these are about $300 for a pair. And also these wall mounts, which I don't like. One of the things I don't like about Bose is that Bose are so biased. They have their own everything. So if you get their speakers, it's not like you could go to a normal audio store and get wall mounts. They only have mounts that fit their speakers. So you will have to get Bose wall mounts
as well,
with the speakers. So if you get anything speakers and you want to mount them, unfortunately you have to go to Bose to get those mounts. And these mounts retail between $35 to $45. I believe
2 of them.
Right. So I believe this wall mount was about $40. So I guess for 2 wall mounts you're spending about $80 for the wall mount. So all together, for the complete SoundTouch 300 system, you're spending about $2,000, which is, like I said, I'm not an audio guy. That's really like mid-range, because when you're going really high-end audio, it's in the thousands. So really $2,000 is workable. But I'm gonna just tell you folks, that sounds amazing. It's wireless and it sounds amazing. And also these speakers are very small and they're very decorative.
Yeah, they're not too big and bulky.
No,
that's one
not.
of the things you don't want to have being premiered as big speakers inside your family room. You want nice, unique things that still want to give you that knock and
give you that sound and give you that elegant look.
Still looks elegant and
so I wanted to show you over here. These speakers are powered speakers. They're wireless, but not exactly wireless. So I can't show you, but...
What do you mean not exactly?
So when I mean not exactly, they're wireless in the sense that they're not connectedly wired to the SoundTouch bar. Okay. So basically, these wireless speakers come with a power box, which is basically like a wireless box.
I remember that.
This wireless box basically is the frequency that connects these speakers to the other pieces. So that box was at the time sticking out of the wall. So when I say wireless and not wireless, it's not like you mount these speakers and you just plug them in. What happens is it comes with the power box. So what I had to do was I had to get a little creative because I didn't want to see that box.
Yeah,
and I had plans on mounting these speakers. So usually what people usually do with these speakers, they usually sit these speakers maybe like on a couch table and they usually hide that box. But I didn't generally want to do that. I wanted to mount these speakers and have it looking decorative. So what I had to do was I had to cut a hole into the wall and just get a plate, electrical plate.
Receptacle plate.
Yes, and I just put the box in the wall. Me and my contractor, we had a little bit of a hard time getting fishing that wire down, but it can be done. and we fish it down. We connect the box, and we end up putting the box in the wall.
Yeah.
And as you can see, when I say wireless but not wireless, these speakers